Hey guys, just wanted to give you a quick walk around to my 2024 Ram 3500 Dually. Kind of give you some quick impressions that I've got over the past, I think she's up to 13,000 miles now. But just give you some kind of quick overview of what I think about it. Kind of compare it to my experiences that I've had with Fords and Chevys. Overall, I think it's a good little truck. But there are some things that I kind of go like, what on earth, Ram? So quick specs on it are, it's the 3500. It's got the high output Cummins, so 420 horsepower, and then 1075 on the torque, in theory at least. It's a Bighorn, so it's their not quite bottom trim level, but still it's decently featured out. Add quite a few little add-ons that got put into it. And then most notably, it's got the night package going on. So that's, pretty much all that means is that they changed out the chrome for dark. So if you notice, the front bumper is paint matched, and then also the rims are blacked out. I think to start with the outside, kind of what I've liked, what I don't like about it. So stock came with the Night Edition headlights, and so that just means they're dark, basically, instead of this chrome. I did swap in LED headlights from the halogens. Personally, coming from passenger cars and other things with halogen headlights, they aren't bad whatsoever. They're quite decent. Just the stock factory halogens. But these LEDs, it is a cleaner, whiter light, and in all honesty, I just upgraded because I really liked the little, if you will, accent lighting that these have on them, and I'll show you that a little bit later. As I mentioned, this is the Night Edition, and so all the logos, tires, and everything are blacked out. Obviously, I like things a little bit blacked out. Front driver and passenger windows are now 15% tint, so I think that makes it look a little bit better. Another thing I added on was the running boards. I really don't care for chrome anything, but in all honesty, people kept getting up into the truck, and then, if you have snow or anything, mud on your boots, they kept knocking it off on just, the little rocker panels. And so I'd rather people knock it off on some nasty, cheapo running boards that I got off Facebook Marketplace. So just a quick thought on the tire size that they chose. You might be able to see it on the video, but they're 235 80/17s. The main issue is the rim size. It's a 17x6, so not that you really need to lift these dualies or any modern truck any more than they already are factory. But if you ever try to go oversized, there's not too many tire options that you can pick from. And so you might, reasonably need another rim, which, if you spend whatever it is, $4 or $5 grand on the Night Edition package from the factory, you're kind of better off just not doing that and buying aftermarket rims that are black if you're like me and you like the whole black thing. My main thought on it is just, if you look at the wheel arch, especially in the front and then in the back, they just don't quite fill it out that well. So I think something that's just a little bit bigger on the tire size would help out. Just giving you a quick little peek under the hood, because I know everybody likes to see the engines. Ain't nothing much to it. I will say she is a little bit cleaner under here than your Power Strokes and your well, honestly, the Duramaxes are pretty open under the hood too. But and as far as everything goes under here, I do like the simplicity, and that's actually one of the reasons that I snagged Cummins. Because they were on a decent deal last December, even though the MSRP's way too much. That's neither here nor there. Yeah, that's there. You can see dipstick being kind of right up yonder for the trans. It's got the high output. It's the Aisin. That's enough to look under there. So we've looked around the outside a little bit, so I think we'll just take a peek at the inside. As I mentioned earlier, this is a Bighorn, so kind of the immediate differences between that and the Tradesman is a little bit left to center. But I mean, hey, if you're looking at Dodges and or trying to compare to Fords, never seen one. Tradesman's this here is not a soft touch. It's like, you know, whatever your fake leather is. Pretty sure this is the same up in the Laramies too. They just might add a little bit of stitching or something that nobody really needs to care about. Yeah, door. These seats, cloth seats. I'm a cloth seat guy. You know, leather, if you sweat it all, you're kind of crazy for not wanting cloth. It's just more comfortable. They're softer in general than leather. And you know, if you don't agree with that, that's fine. Everybody has their own opinions, but I think you just need to sit in a cloth seat. Yeah, rubber floor mats. Those are Mopar OEM stuff. This does have the center console. You know, neither here nor there on that one. If you like keeping your stuff in the center, you wanted a console, great. One major thing, this does have, I don't know, it's the leather wrap steering wheel. I think that is worth it compared to a Tradesman or anything else. It's really comfortable to hold on long drives. So it's definitely a step up, and I certainly won't be going back to it. It does have the big old RAM screen that they were so fancy for back in 2019 and then haven't done anything with for the past 5-6 years. But it does look good. I put a little screen protector on her just to make it a little bit better. You know, dirty things. We got a dog that runs around the car. So, you know, you might want that. Other than that, you know, it's standard old Bighorn. Nothing fancy. She just got you know, standard seats you can fold up and everything. It does have the sub back here, so unfortunately, it does have the sub back here, so unfortunately, all this great underseat storage that you'd get, you know, the Ram engineers just in their infinite wisdom said, nah, you don't need it. You know, could do what Ford does and, you know, put it in all that space back behind these seats, but, you know, a little too much thought for a Wednesday afternoon at, you know, Fiat Chrysler Incorporated. Coming back to the bed, it's a bed. This did have the towing prep package with her. So all that means is you get the goose ball and all these things drilled. Plus you get this little hookup over here, which depending on what you get, at least for 2024 Rams, mind you, if you just get the prep package, it's going to come with a 7-pin and then a 4-way, which, I mean, I don't know. You ever had a 4-way gooseneck? Yeah, I don't know. Yet again, engineers, man. But if you get the higher trim package with the trailer camera wiring, you get a 7-pin and then you get a whatever it is. Maybe it's a 12-way for the trailer camera wiring. But that's a pain in the butt to retrofit, so we're not even going to go there. Other than that, you know, bedside, it's Ram. It's pretty short. You know, I don't know how much this is, but I believe the Ford and the Chevy beds are taller. So kind of, if you keep air mattresses or whatever in their bed, keep that in mind. One thing I did change, so on the Tradesman and Bighorn trims, these tailgates from the factory are not soft open. Yeah, you spend 70-80 grand on a truck and, you know, they can't put it in it. Luckily, that is a simple retrofit. If you're in, this is a little left center, but it is a simple retrofit, and all you got to do is just over here. It's easier to go in from underneath, but it's just a little shock tower that you just put in there, and it fits right on the factory points. So there's no weird stuff, but it's just nice to be able to, you know, open your bed like all the cool kids do in 2024. Something new, I think it was in 2023 to 2024. You might see that there's kind of like a little weird, it looks like a leaf spring that just never got fully attached down there. And that's just some like anti-axle wrap thing for some reason. I don't really know why they did it, who, what, when. Yeah, it's a Fiat, Chrysler, Dodge, you know. We ain't asking too much of them. It's a Bighorn. Notable thing with this is it's power driver, but it's only power driver. So I think it's an 8-way seat, something like that. But passenger is still all manual adjust. hop it in, we'll get her started and kind of go over some of the features and optional things that have gone on here. Get that AC turned up a little bit for me. It's just a little bit toasty out there. Well, humid at least. But yeah, main thing I keep on the screen is just MPG. And this is driving around without towing. I think a major point to make is driving around before kind of 10,000 miles. The MPG was way worse. Like, it'd probably be around 15 right now. So when people say, hey, drive your truck 10, 20,000 miles and it'll break in and the MPG will start to get better, at least for me, I've noticed that's true. While towing, MPG seemed to go up about 1 MPG. And then also with just standard kind of day-to-day driving, it's seemed to be better as well. Now, I'm not going to go into everything on the screen here because it's very customizable. But the one thing I do like about it is bottom left, there's a physical depth gauge. If you can see through that down there, I just personally like it. GM is the only manufacturer right now that doesn't give you a kind of percentage on your depth gauge. It'll just tell you, hey, you need to add some. I mean, I think that's missing the market on your truck, but that's very much a personal opinion. Kind of moving over to the screen. This did get the package with the bigger screen. I was skeptical that I would like it. And after having it, I would not go back to not having it. The real estate on it, let's see if CarPlay is hooked up. I don't know if she is or not. Oh, no, she ain't hooked up right now. But the real estate on the screen is just awesome. I won't, neither here nor there on whether or not you like the layout of it, vertical versus horizontal, but it is very nice to have all that. So one of the main reasons you get a dually is for towing. And I mean, whether it's conventional or, gooseneck, that's why you got a dually. And I really think it works very well. So I'm not saying this is exclusive to Dodge, but I think how they've, made the truck definitely is part of why it's nice to tow with. You don't get bucked around very much, and this truck doesn't feel like it's struggling. So the biggest trailer I've had is I think it's a 10 or 12,000 pound gooseneck, fully loaded and everything behind it. But you're not getting pushed around with it. And then there's also always power there. So this was, interstate driving and local stuff. Granted, I'm not a speed demon anymore. 15 tickets later, I finally stopped. But, it's just nice to not be pushed around. And then also even 70, 80 miles an hour, you're still good on the highway. And that's pretty much it. Just let me know what you think. Yeah, if you've got one of these, let me know what you like about them. But that's pretty much it.